We live in a post-scarcity world. Not many people know this, because most impressions people have of the world is that it's very difficult, it's hard, money's hard to come by, there's never enough money, never enough time. And yet this is not actually the physical case. We have more stuff, more food, for example. It's estimated we throw away 30 to 40% of the food produced every year. Thrown away, just discarded. And yet people go hungry, suffer malnutrition. We live in a post-scarcity world. There's enough bicycles, computers, goods, cars, dwellings, enough places for people to live. It's empty space. And there's enough energy. So the scarcity that we endure is mostly artificial. So how do we change this? Well, you could change the political system, you could try and change all of these things, but they're very, very, very sticky. The thing we have to do is to change the way we think, change our own minds, recognize that this is a possibility, that we can live in a post-scarcity world. When we recognize that, we will change. So to clarify this, so in 1970, for example, it took one person working full-time to support an entire family. Now it takes two. It should be the other way around. It should be that because of our gains in efficiency since 1970, across the board it's estimated at around 70%. Some things it's just far, far more efficient than that. And other things not so much, but let's say an average 70%. Let's take that figure as accurate. 70%. So if you worked 40 hours a week in 1970, you could work 70% less. So 12 hours a week in 2023 for the same standard of living. But we know that that's not the case. So where have all these gains in efficiency gone? Okay, but there are more people than there were in 1970, far many more people. But still the gains in efficiency mean that we're throwing food away. We're throwing goods away. Do an internet search and look at the mountains of bicycles in China. They've got literally mountains of bicycles discarded. Just material stuff that gets thrown away. So there is no shortage of anything. But we need to change how we think about ourselves. And so I've made this little sigil. And the sigil represents the concepts of living in love with great wealth, perfect health, sovereignty, and freedom. And what you do is you look at this every day, and when you see it, you know that's what it means. All of those concepts are absorbed. Every word, every thought is effectively a spell. We are doing magic all the time. And magic is just simply a means we don't have an explanation for. At one time, thunder was magic. It was the gods being angry. And as we understand more and more of the world, we realize that it isn't really magic. It's just stuff that we didn't understand before. Now, how the placebo effect works, for example, is technically it's magic because we don't understand it, but it works. We know that it works. Sports psychology is based on the same thing. How you think changes how you perform. So how we think in this world can change how the world is for us. So we need to change our scarcity mindset. We need to change our ideas about the world and the fact that there isn't enough stuff, because that's simply not true. So, now look at the elephants over there. We're right by the Thames here in Woolwich. So let us change. So I made this sigil, and what you do with the sigil is you look at it every day, put it somewhere where you can see it, trace the lines, trace the letters with your finger, because every movement goes direct to your subconscious. So by doing so, you are programming your subconscious to have a new paradigm, a new way of thinking about the world. That's how magic sigils work. Symbols are very, very powerful, and they're used in ways that we're often not aware of. So let's use them deliberately in a way that can possibly change things and might be beneficial for us. So there you go. Take a look at my magic sigil. You can screenshot it, copy it, download it, or you can even go to my Etsy shop and buy one that I've made myself. But use it, you know, it's a piece of magic symbolism, and it can work. We need to change who we are in order to change the world. There you go. Lots of love, my lovelies. Goodbye. Living in love, with life, with perfect health, great wealth, sovereignty, and freedom.